Hey everyone, Patrick here, just coming to tell you a little bit about our picks for this month of November. As some of you might have seen, there is a bulletin board next to the library that says Pastor Pat's Picks, and it has the 4 books that I picked out for September, for October, and now it has been updated to also have November. And that's why I'm coming to talk to you. Our first round of picks, we focused mostly on kind of looking towards the new church year, which starts after this Sunday. This Sunday is All Saints Day, November 6th, and following that is actually the beginning of the new church year. So that was kind of a back to school in our faith month. And then last month was focused on stewardship because October is our stewardship month. And this month of November, we're going to look to what it is like to experience grief around the holidays. For many of us, holidays are a really wonderful time. I think about just the wonderful celebration of fall we had here and all the kids ready and dressed up for Halloween, and now looking ahead towards Thanksgiving and then to Christmas. These are so many wonderful times for us to make memories with our families. But inherently, this time of love and excitement is also commingled with a feeling of grief because for many of us, for all of us, there is someone or something that we are missing around the holidays that has been taken away from us, whether by death or by distance. And we feel a certain amount of grief, even in our rejoicing. And so we have 4 picks this month that kind of center on that. And the first, a Sunday school study, is Turn My Mourning into Dancing by Henry Nouwen. And Henry Nouwen has already appeared once before on the picks. He's done so much for the thinking of many of the folks that are on your staff here. And this book is actually a compilation of his essays that kind of help move us from mourning to dancing, to find hope during hard times. And so I think this will be perfect for us during this season. And because it has different essays, it's helpful as a way for us to have a jumping off point for a Sunday school class. For a small group study, I've chosen A Grief Observed by C.S. Lewis. This is another great book. Lewis, a longtime bachelor, gets married to a woman, and after 4 years, she passes away from cancer. And this book is an adaptation of his journal from that time as he tried to reclaim and remember his Christian faith in the wake of that death. And it's called A Grief Observed, and that's a really good small group study as it awakens a lot of those conversations. For a personal read is one that I think you've heard mentioned from the pulpit many times. It's called Learning to Walk in the Dark by Barbara Brown Taylor. Now, Barbara Brown Taylor is just part of the lexicon that we hear from the pulpit. She has given such language to your pastors and to many of the folks on staff here. And that's one of the things I wanted to do with these picks, is to let you into the things that color our study and our sermons. And this is just a really great read. And there's kind of a tagline to it. It's Learning to Walk in the Dark, because God sometimes appears there too. And that's really what this book is about, is to reframe light and dark and to remember that God is present in both of those things. So I really encourage you to look for that and read that. And finally, our featured study this month is called Into a Reluctant Sunrise. This is actually a memoir of one of our very own members here, Andrea Lingle. This is a wonderful and beautiful book. I would encourage you to read it and be on the lookout, because I'm going to try to sit down and interview Annie about this book and writing this book. And as many of you know, Annie and Luke and their entire family lost a child, and that her name was Gwyneth. And this is a book about that loss and moving forward into a reluctant sunrise. And many folks have said that this book has been a balm to their heart and helped them in a difficult time. And it is a beautiful commingling of love and grief. And so I hope that you will look at all these, consider all of these. My goal is to have a copy of each one of these in the library for you to be able to look at, get in your hands. Also on the bulletin board, you'll notice there's a little blurb about each of these books as well as a photo of each of them. And so I hope that you will go and check that out and know that you don't have to get to them. This isn't a signed reading. This is just to awaken your curiosity. But I hope that you're doing well. I'm looking forward to this next season, this Christian New Year, and Advent. I'll see you guys soon.